I've seen for the past 8 years, I've just seen people they don't care. They'll leave buckets in their attic. They're just hoping and praying for insurance to come. I mean, in Athens, we don't really have crazy hailstorms. There's no windstorms really of any note. Like it's an hour and a half. It's 60, 70 miles from Atlanta. So most of the storms come through the southwest part of Georgia, go up through Atlanta, and they got 60 more miles to hit to Athens. So typically there's no significant insurance work there. And people still like, we're gonna wait for the insurance. I'm like, your roof is you have a 20-year shingle and it's 31 years old. They're like, I don't care, just not gonna do it. And like it's there's really just no, I mean, people are so transient in 2023. They just don't care about it. It's like this is not my forever home. I'll just kick the can to the next person. And same with like realtors. Realtors don't give a crap. They're just trying to get their commission. They're not trying to, think about forever home kind of situations. They're just like, this roof is terrible, but let's sell this roof. Let's sell this home to this homeowner. I mean, this buyer so that I can get my commission. Now, Savannah's different because there are storms here, but there will be a breaking point, and it just takes storm
Takes
events.
Yeah, it takes storm events.
Right now we have
Which is
good
true.
weather. We're gonna have good weather. Like I'm looking at my weather. It's like great 72 and sunny for like forever in on Tybee Island. And like we have some leads there right now. We have some leads in Savannah right now, but in general, it takes a lot to get people to actually take action.
Yeah. The One of the other things I was thinking about, well, so I've seen some people recently talk about the insurance replacement game is dead, or the insurance replacement game isn't what it used to be. What are your thoughts on that? Do you feel like, if you're roofing contractor, a new roofing contractor coming into the space, first year, 2 years in business, you haven't really fully decided what direction you want to take your business. What's your advice to that person on whether or not to focus on insurance versus focusing on retail? And not just, I know obviously you're focused on retail more than insurance, but not speaking necessarily from what your well, what's your overall thoughts on that? Do you see a lot of risks, new risks with going down that insurance focus route, and what are those?
All right, so I opinion one. I think door knocking is stupid. That's my first. I
Hot
think that we
take.
should we should stop doing that as Americans, as humans. I don't care. I don't care what your argument is. Stop knocking on doors. Work to create a business that people want to reach out to. You're only doing it out of fear because you know that other people are going to do it too. But if everyone would focus on having an actual marketing and branding strategy that actually had like an inside salesperson or at least a receptionist that answered the freaking phone, which no one has, blows my mind. Um, have a real business that actually wants to serve the customer and not try to manipulate them in some way. And I don't care what you say. Well, we're here to help them. They didn't know about their damage. Don't give me that crap anymore. I don't care about that anymore. Like that is not fly with me. They know they have damage. You're just making sure that you and 17 other roofing contractors fight for that door, for that roof. You should be working on an actual system and a process to get people to reach out to you. Like it's just I think it's crazy that we still do it. I think it's wild that we still do it. I think it's wild that we get on roofs and use chalk to scrape on the shingles themselves, and we touch the shingles and we do brittle tests and we see what bruising is versus what blistering is. And we see the crease lines, you can see them, the impact lines, you can see them. It's a terrible battle between homeowner, roofing contractor, and insurance carrier. And then we have, independent adjusters, the whole inside, the desk adjusters versus inspectors. It is a crazy process that needs to stop. I know it's not going to stop anytime soon, but I genuinely think it is a wild thing as a cash grab whenever we all we have to do is just provide really good service from an actual installation perspective, and then a sales experience that the homeowner reached out to you. I that is a huge thing for me. So if anyone's wondering, I think if you're door knocking, other than like pardon our mess, like if
Or like
you're
around your jobs or something.
yeah, if you're doing a roof and you see some debris from your job going to somebody's neighbor's, then knock on the door, say, hey, I'm so sorry. Leave a door hanger. I'm so sorry that we messed up your yard. This is my number. That's different. When you go in to knock 30 doors a day to tell somebody, hey, they have a, that's just insane. Like it is wild to me. I can't still, the chalk thing gets me. I put chalk on tons of roofs, but it's wild that the State Farm adjuster's like, here, take my chalk or use your chalk and then take my digital camera from 1992 and take these pictures. And that's how we're going to determine this $25,000 roof. Like, that's wild. That is not how it should be. We should be looking at actual like hail trace maps, taking pictures and not arguing with, I mean, I get it from both sides. There are adjusters that are corrupt. There are roofers that are corrupt. There are definitely homeowners that are corrupt. But in general, that's my rant on door knocking in general. I think that's I don't have anything opposed to the insurance roofer, but I do think that the way that most insurance roofing contractors operate is not, it's not moral, it's not ethical. I mean, this is true. This is, I don't care. There's some good ones out there, but I'm telling you, like, this is not the way that we should treat. This is not treating your neighbor with respect. The idea of no soliciting on a like neighborhood sign is there, and then it's when you drive in there's another sign that says no soliciting, and there's no soliciting at the freaking front door, and you're still knocking. you you should go to jail. Like I think I think that they should start enforcing that and just put people in jail for that. Like it's just, if I pay to be in a neighborhood that if I'm choosing to live a life of peace and quiet so that my kids can run around in my yard so that no one's going to walk up to their door, I expect that to be enforced. Like if I'm telling you, please, some roofing contractor come to my door, see what happens. See what my wife does. See what I do. Like it's not going to go well for you. It's just don't come to my door. And so that's from insurance, like roofing, retail, insurance. I have nothing wrong with insurance work. I do insurance work, but we have a process, and we are consultative. We are people's advocates for that process to help them understand and navigate what the insurance process looks like. But this manipulation and like, I'm going to call the adjuster for you and all, that's unreasonable. And it just, I really, really hope it stops. So to answer your question about retail versus insurance, I have nothing wrong with insurance. I think that most people should model their business off of a retail model, doing all the things I already said. So you need to have something on your truck that's professional. If you can't afford it, put stickers on your window. That's what I did in the very beginning. I had no money, stickers on the window.